Well, hello there, ladies, gentlemen, non-binary finer, everybody else in the audience. Welcome. Good to see y'all. Hey, it's my birthday. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. So, yeah. So, we got some cool music playing and gonna do some base building and, yeah, just having some fun. So, welcome along. Okay. I need to go get the punt. It's over here. Grab that first. About something. Can I pack this up and move it? Put it where I have it, but I'm not sure I want to keep it here. Yep. I can create a core blueprint. Okay. If I decide I do want to move it, because I'm thinking about moving this over by the base up there, but haven't decided yet. That's unusual. I usually don't get frame lag in the game when I'm streaming. But that's noticeable. Okay.
Mission complete. Mission complete. Motion picture in your eyes. Your story's still to share. I'd give it all to prove to you I care. Would you believe me?
So that's interesting.
Would you know it's me at all? Fly away from me, run away with my emotion. Sitting miles above the ocean on a plane that takes you home.
All right.
Fly away from me, run away with my emotion. Sitting miles
Stuff is stuffing.
on a plane that
So next thing, so we've got 3 tiny factory lines up and operating the way I want, which is great. And yeah. So okay, it choked. Very good. That's fine. Got too far away from it. Didn't like that. Okay. So now what I'm gonna do? Alright, let's do the scary thing. So this, oops, not you. You go away. You come with me. Here, I need relays. So we're going to go here. Actually, we'll put you down the bottom. Then I need a light. Plenty. Okay, that's cool. There. Okay. Sorry about that. My headphones were turned down a bit. I was trying to figure out if the music wasn't loud or if there was something else going on. But yeah, headphones. Okay, and we'll put a light here. And 6. So we go from here. And we go over to here. And then we go from here. So signal 0. So signal 0, I'm gonna actually put to a relay over here because I'll put a light over here. And 6. And then signal 1 will come over here. And that lights that up. Very good. And then it would come over here. Advanced color. Grab this. Advanced. So now I'm going to install another relay. Go. yeah, good enough. We'll use that phrase. And then signal 2. Oops, we'll go here. And that will go from here to here. We'll do it one more time. Set amount of relays. All right. Equip. White. Is there? You go from here to here. Here. That's signal 3. Goes to there. Here. Result of that. I grabbed this. This goes to here. Okay. So now this one should light up. And it did. Excellent. Got some hot chocolate with a splash of rum in it. Quite tasty. Okay, so this is now going to run by itself. What's going on is that down here I have this wall of delay circuits, and they tick downwards, I believe. So it's down this strip, and so on. And when they get over here, then they trigger the switch. Sort of the counter up here gets triggered, and everything advances one notch, right? So, and then this one will light up automatically. So that's cool. But I have a question on resolve, because it changes how I build that. So, back to the lab again. Alright. So, yeah, what we have here. Exact same switch, only small. So I need a relay. Equip. No, I need a switch. Switch. So the switch is going to go here. And I'm going to come out of here to here. and from here to there. So when this light comes on, that should, at the same time, this switch should come on. I'm actually going to move this so it's easy to see. Like that. So the idea is that when this light comes on, this switch should also come on, and then that light should come on. When this goes off, what I hope happens is this switch is shut off, and we'll see what happens. So we're going to hit the activate, start the counter. This is a much quicker loop, right? Because it signal goes... Ah, it's frozen. Okay. I had this problem before. There's a bug in the DOR operator. So we'll take that out of there. We'll put it back, and we'll wire it in. So this goes to here. This goes to here. This comes back. Right? Nice and easy. So now, we turn this on. So there we go. So we just gotta wait for it to tick through and see what happens. Okay, so the light went on. But it did not shut. Okay, but the switch does not trigger off. What happens when it comes back around? No, it does not. Okay, that's what I wanted to know. So that's... So I can use it as a logic gate to trip the circuit on, but it will not shut off afterwards. That's unfortunate. Okay. So we're doing stuff. Okay, so then all these switches have to come out of here. Okay. Those up, didn't I? Yeah, okay. So, well, those are visible. So we'll go... Oh, yeah. So that goes there. And then I'm going to grab this and move downstairs. It can go there. I got that one already, I guess. let me guess. Let's do that. Where do we go? Okay, but what comes... that's funny. Okay. Well, I'm okay with that. I'll grab you too. Aha! So there. There. That ought to do it. And there we go. So that's all of the transfer units and stuff that are going to and refiners and stuff that need to process up a batch of fresh goods or pures and product. Okay. Hey, Traveler, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Hope you're doing okay. How are you and the lady? Oh, that's the point. It's my end of birthday day live stream. And today was just kind of full, and I wanted to do a live stream today on my birthday, so it was only about an hour ago that I looked around and said, haven't done that yet, so here I am. But yeah, all in all, oh really? I didn't know that. She's in very good company then. Turned 90. Wow. And I should be so joyous. Alright. Okay, now that all this is actually back to working. Oh, wonderful. Let her know I miss her. Miss the two of you, quite honestly. Stuff back away now that I'm done with it. Alright, and then let's change over to silo. Oh, yes. Do you want to grab some of that? Oh, I'm opening the wrong bin. That's not supposed to be what's in there. It's because it isn't. You go here. future use. Okay, there we go. Right. Yep, it's, there's been some tidy up and some improvements. It's now, they don't do it as a central MMO now. You just buy the client, and it's you play on community servers, a la Minecraft. And it is experiencing a bit of a resurgence as a result. Because players can tailor, admins can tailor the servers exactly the way they want to see the game played. So it's quite cool that way. I don't know why there's a leader catalyst there, but I'll put that away later. Okay, cool. Go. And now to go through the better part of a salt flat worth of silica. Oops. Here we want those. Oh, stop it. Don't be like that. That's just being weird, but sure. What is going on here? Okay. Okay, so it's not lined up exactly. Yeah, close counts. Okay, that's what I need to know. Yes. Now, if I had wanted to, I could have exported all of my designs and stuff like that. But I decided to treat the entire thing as a bit of a digital mandala. At first I wasn't convinced I was going to bother with this. And I had 2 good years of fun with it, and I didn't feel a particular need to pack rat a whole bunch of files for the sake of having them. But a lot of folks from the community were kind of, over the past little while, have been kind of, are you coming back? Are you coming back? When are you going to get, it's like, okay, fine. So, it's $40, right, to buy the client. Okay, sure, whatever. Had fun, and I've decided that in a certain sort of way, with one exception, I don't mind having lost all the OG designs. Because bluntly, I learned an awful lot, and anything I do now, even to recreate them, is going to be better. And the fun's in the creating of them, not the printing pressing of them. And so I'm kind of not that about it. There's only one I kind of wish I had purely for nostalgia reasons, but I don't consider that all that, right? So yeah, I'm not that worried about it, for lack of a better way of explaining it. Just, yeah. Okay. There we go. So yeah, so as a result, I've been enjoying, I've been having fun just building for the sheer sake of building, and yeah, I guess the best way of explaining the attitude is it's a digital mandala. The only reason I'm worrying about, for exportability, honestly, is for other players, in case someone, quote, buys a design from me and wants to take it to another server. Or somebody else feels strongly enough about it that they want to take it to another server, because that's a thing. So, you know, like the Eagle I built here, everything in it is parts that would be available on any server. There's nothing in there that's customization dependent. But I'm going to do a version of that that's essentially the advanced version of it that does take advantage of all of the possible customizations, because it'll allow me to do the back end of it much more to in accordance to the original TV series. This right now, the engineering section is a concession to the game. I don't have a problem with that. I think that's reasonable. But there are some purists who've commented that it'd be great to see, you know, take advantage of some of the server's own customizations to get it down to practically because it is 1:1 scale, by the way. There's only and it's 1:1 scale and as close in terms of distribution as I could of various elements. The only places it deviates are in concessions to the game physics. Stuff like the maneuvering thrusters and stuff like that are where they are because that's where the game demands them be. I don't get a vote on that, otherwise it doesn't fly. But other than that, trying to stick to it as close as possible. The other thing that I did, which is a little bit different... Oops. Oop, I stuck myself here. One sec. There we go. But, you know, I use the force fields for boarding ramps. Because I have no idea how the hell you would have gotten into the OG Eagle based on scaling, because that is where the floor is relative to the ground. Because I actually went and I took a look at a couple of the licensed models and movie props and then charted it out. But the other thing where I deviated was that I completely redid the flight compartment, because this is an improvement over the visibility that you get in the actual Eagle. It's practically unflyable otherwise. So yeah, so there are some concessions to game physics and playability, but it's particularly the exterior that is a 1:1 scale. Yep. I actually found one clip where what they're actually doing is once the ship goes down on the elevator, a big claw grabs it just ahead of the Omni compartment and just behind the Omni compartment, picks it up and then gantries it over to to its actual berth location, and the berth location has pads that come up level here. So I thought that was really interesting, but I have no way of reproducing that in game. So, but yeah, it's just a really cool. Yeah. So, how do you move this thing inside the underground base? The answer is with a crane. You turn everything off and you just pick it up and put it where you want it. So, like I say, there are some concessions that I am making in my designs whenever I do something like that. But generally, the idea is I want players to be able to enjoy it no matter where they find it, because there's nothing stopping me from playing on multiple servers other than time. So, you know, I want to be able to take that design with me to any other server I play on right now, because that's just one of my absolute favorites ever. I'm far more enamored with the Eagle than I am with the Enterprise, as an example. The Buck Rogers Starfighter, the Buck Rogers TV series of the late 70s, early 80s, That starfighter, and then the Space 1999 Eagle are two of my all-time favorites. And same thing with the Galactica. The OG Galactica was a long-time favorite of mine. However, to do a Galactica to scale would be 4 of those nose to nose. And yeah. So it can be done, but it is very difficult to do in game. You basically need to ask the server admins to that's so the length of that block is a football field, and so I think Galactica was 1,000 feet. You know, yeah, I mean it was basically patterned after an aircraft carrier, right? So 1,000 feet, you know, in excess of 1,000 feet long. You know, yeah. But yeah, to do one in game, you know, even if you were to say if you figure that let's say the Galactica's a half mile, right? Because the scale is inconsistent between the TV series, the movie, and the comics. So let's clock her in at a half mile. Well, that's 100 meters. So you would be looking at 8 lengths of that thing, right? Yeah. Absolutely huge piece of work. And that's just to lay down Burma Road. You know, Burma Road would be, yeah, you know, 2,500 feet long. Okay. So, yeah, there are limits. There are some places you just smile and say, well, you know, that's just how it is. So I have a meeting tomorrow with my boss because the internal cat fighting is continuing over who I get to work for. I thought I had my assignment sorted. It was going to be, you know, the Calgary time zone. But one of the directors said, well, I think they'd be this person would be a far better fit over here, and I like them far better over here. Okay, so now that's got to get sorted out. So we'll see what happens. Either way, it's nice. You know, I have options. I'm not. Yes. Oh, it's fantastic as long as they pay me for it. You know. Yeah, it looks pretty good, I think. And yes, that is one thing that I appreciated about the comic series. Very much in the same was the Diane Ray Star Trek novels. Is you got to know the characters much better than the TV media permitted. Visual media as a whole permitted. Yep. I lost track of how many times I've reread her Romulan stuff. Now, that begs the next question. Do I want to... I think, yeah. Just trying to figure out where I want to go there. Yep. Oops, wrong tool. Just... The characters were all very clever. Oops. The characters were all very cleverly written to iconify certain tropes and ideals of the time. And in that, they were all immediately comfortable to you. Everyone in the audience could see someone they thought, that character makes sense to me. Right? And I really appreciated that about the series. I also particularly appreciated the trope, not the trope, but the trick of using. I screwed that up too. Of using the arguments between Spock and McCoy to embody the mental conflict, the internal conflict of the job of captain. So you didn't need to hear Kirk's mental dialogue. You didn't need to hear what he was thinking because it was said out loud by the extreme reason and the extreme compassion. Right. That's the problem, is I copied the wrong thing. Do it every time. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so... There we go. In my last series, I know. In fact, I actually mention it specifically because I have two characters like that in my my new vampire series. Well, not new, but my 8-book series. Two of the characters that the Duchess deals with are, one of them is absolutely an absolute rules lawyer. If you have rules, you enforce them. If you're not going to enforce them, get rid of them. And the other one is much more of a, come on, situational ethics are a thing. You know, we need to be able to talk, we need to be able to feel and think. And at one point in time, the Duchess comments to one of the characters that that pair are her McCoy and Spock. And because that's, you know, because I just thought that was such a brilliant a way to handle that exposition without those awkward... Well, it's been tried many, many times about how to handle that. You know, flashbacks, you know, alternate play forwards of reality, whatever version. You know, how do you sort of... Or just, you know, explosion... yelling about why a choice can't be, or can be. Yeah. You can get away with it in a novel because it's just a they thought, she, you know, it's a he thought, she thought, they thought kind of thing, and it doesn't interfere with the story flow. It's just more dialogue. But it's hard to do in visual media. So apropos of nothing, I'm building a ziggurat for my industrial base. So that's that's the first floor and step. I'm narrowing it over here a little bit because I'm running into a construction edge. Right, you can see it there, and I want to leave some space. So, but yeah, the idea is that every piece is going to step in like this, moving upwards, and hypothetically the building could be twice that height, but I don't think. But it's not broad enough at the base to get there. But yeah, so functionally it's going to be a ziggurat. Yep. They just let the actions do the talking. Because Anne Rice is very much an internal self-murder writer. Huh. What happened here? You know, which version of wrong is this? Okay, so okay, so that's what I thought. It's weird. Why for you do that? Not that big a problem, but I'm just puzzled by it. So if I put you here, what do you do? Okay. Okay, so alright, so it's smooth. Okay, so this one's smoothing by default is what's happening. I want that little dip in, so we'll just have to go back and polish it. Here. Whoops. Alright, cool. So, once I find out what my actual schedule is, I'm looking forward to getting back to the gaming table with y'all. Miss the game. Miss the game, miss hanging out with all of you. see how we're doing over here. First question, how are we doing for Out of malachite. Okay. Out of limestone. Alright. So malachite and limestone. Yeah, not intentional. Okay. Yep, I'll just buy some. Oops. Wrong button. None here. Okay. Alright, that sucks. I will actually. Okay. How bad do I need it? On that. Wow. Alright, the limestone, that is just going to involve flying. There's nothing I can do about that. As much as I don't want to. I'm lazy. Oh well. How's my fuel tanks? 50%. Yeah, that's more than enough to do a round trip.
Albatross systems ready.
out of the atmosphere. I do like the Newtonian physics in the game. It does periodically produce some really odd looking photos, but it is quite good. This thing's really flighty when it's empty. There we go, looking good. Burn for 5 SU, coast for 5, and then break for 5. Easy. There we go. I have debated it, honestly, but I have a couple of other idea of things I want to build, which are unique to gameplay first, before I go back and build another museum piece, another model. This one I built because I felt because it actually is remarkably utile in game as it is. Particularly if I do what is canonically correct, which is that I treat that middle section as a removable object, and you can do I can do basically mission versions of it where that's got different bits into it. So it's got some potential that way. It's very new player friendly design. The one after this I'm thinking about building is much more intended as an asteroid hunter. It's an asteroid hunter factory ship, and that one's taking shape in the backyard. That's that monster that I was showing you earlier. Once that's done, then I'll be building one that's almost the same size, that is essentially going to be an aircraft, that is going to be a combat capable carrier. capable of deploying attack ships as well as defending its own brood. And that's going to be an undertaking. But yeah, it's kind of hard to ignore the, given how popular that ship is. Put the brakes on. Do the approach roll now when I got plenty of time. $13,000 kilometers an hour. SU, by the way, is a solar unit, so unit of measurement in the game. It's about 200 kilometers. So 2 SU is 400 kilometers, so I've got plenty of distance between me and the edge when I need to panic. Yep, just tootling along. Just a walk in the park, Kazansky. Night landing, not my favorite thing, but anyway. Yeah, we're gravitationally captured. We're accelerating into the gravity well now. So, time to put the brakes on. There we go. Exoplanetary influence. That's Mach 3. Gonna use thrusters here and bring the nose down. Or bring the vector down specifically. What the nose is pointing at mostly doesn't matter. Here we go. Alright. Just past Mach 4. Mach 3. Mach 2. Drop in the nose. Mach 1.5. Mach 1. Into the atmosphere. Full flaps. Or lifters in this case. Light up the fire. Bring the nose up. And we're flying. And we'll just hold this altitude. There we go. First bit of sunrise over in the distance there. Got a decent amount of fuel. Pick up the pace a little bit. Cruising along quietly at Mach 1. No fuss. Oh, nice. I'd forgotten that was a thing. 10 years already. Wild. Amazing. Congratulations. Awesome. I really like the Terp. That's a game I haven't played in a long time, actually. Every once in a while I play it for a bit, and just hasn't. Most of the time, it just I play for a few days, then realize I'm starting to get all. Oh, I got to log in, so I make sure of this, or I make sure that's like. No, I'm not interested in making a job out of this. Thanks. Okay. Gliding in at 700 kilometers an hour. Hey, Spiff, how you doing? Good to see you. Thanks for dropping in. Oh, hell yes. Agreed.
Landing mode engaged. Landing mode engaged.
And there we are. Your sealed bins are full. There we go. Alrighty, here we are. I'll keep you running for another half a day or two.
Albatross systems ready.
Southern departure here, otherwise I'm arguing with the mountains the whole way out. Absolutely lovely. Easy climb out at a 20-degree angle. Going supersonic, and we're out of the atmosphere. Waiting for 3010. Yep, okay, here we are, 3,000 kilometers an hour, 10 kilometers up. Safe to maneuver. Got our vector straightened out here. That's good enough. There we are. Functionally clear planetary influence. Still have to be careful, but we're much less likely to get dragged back down now. All right, take care of yourself, my friend. Good chatting with you. Maybe this weekend we can hook up and do some warships or 15 or 14 together. That'd be kind of fun. Haven't done that in a bit. So yeah. Same and return to you, good sir. Take care of yourself. Ta-ta! Alrighty. Unload the malachite, get back to base building. Okay, we got data on Haven. 4.7 to atmosphere. And braking. Still got some voxel work to do on that. Dark Angel hasn't been feeling well, so I've been leaving them alone while they recover. Hopefully we'll be able to get that done in time for the fly-in. That'd be cool. Give me a sec here. Okay. Okay, 35K to atmosphere. Using some lateral thrusters to adjust my course. 20 to atmosphere. Track good. Dropping the nose. Just crossed Mach 3. Mach 2. 1.5. Mach 1. Transonic. Subsonic. We are into the atmosphere. Engines up. Maximum flaps. Nose up. And hold altitude. Just like that. And we'll tootle the rest of the distance at about Mach 1. Nice and easy flight. It's coming up on 10 kilometers, so fire out and nose in. No, forgot the other ships there.
Landing mode engaged.
Here we go. Not a bad landing. Did I? Yeah, okay. Ugh, really? Thank you. There we go. Keep things running for a little while. Okay, that's still chewing on that. And we'll come back over here. And there we go. Whoops. Okay, so this is working. Okay. Well, we'll let this run for a little bit. No. Next. Take this. Huh? Oh, right. you can sit here for now. Same idea here. Hmm. Copy. It's not going to achieve what I want. Might well, let's see what it does. Okay, yeah, it actually mostly does do what I want. Very good. Put that there as well. No, let's not do that. Okay, that's actually a lot better. Still got that weird wrinkle to it, but if I flip it like that, at least the weird wrinkle is inboard. That looks terrible. We can work with that. That's better. If you don't know what you're doing, try and do it neatly. Copy that. So I have a couple of reference pieces, no matter what. Now, because this is going to get weird. So that has to move like that. And 9 will go there. No. Yep, that. And then no. Okay, that's fine. There, that's better. Missed a bit. think. Yeah, that. Okay. And then. Stop it. There. That's better. That's better. Okay. Yeah, that looks good. Cool. That's better. Okay. Once the assembly line XL gets done, then I'll be able to get the next thing. The next thing, which is that's the basic XL. Then I'll be able to do the uncommon XL, which will allow me to build the gates I want for the space station. And then I'll have 2 XLs here to be able to stomp out bigger items for people who want them. Okay, brake phase is activated. Okay, yeah, that'll corner there. Okay, that'll cause a problem. I'll have to move that planter, but that's fine. Alright. That's as much an experiment as it is a permanent fixture. I do like it, though. Now what? I think we wind up back over here. Yeah, those are rooms. And while we're standing here, we'll throw this in here. element I'm... What? No, it's okay. Alright, let's just switch. Click. And then relay. So what are we short here? Call it 6. Okay. That's not actually horrid. Four, 5, 6. Pretty sure that didn't do what I wanted. We'll see. Close. Didn't look like 6. Okay. Does that work? I think that works. And it's just a hop up. It's not difficult. Okay. Switch. Oh, sorry, counter. Equip. And then it goes from there to there. Oh, there, there. And now if I hop up here, and I pop the button. Nothing happens because I don't have the channel assigned. Good job. Good job. Copy. And there we go. There. And that doesn't, I mean, that's fine where it's at. And then I need what? Yeah, glossy aluminum will do. We'll do one of them here. So E. So wide, forward, tall. Yeah, that'll do. That will do. And copy. Wrong button. Wrong tool. Here. There we go. And then I need a light. Clip. There's a spare, but that's okay. Do I want to do this? Yeah, that'll do. So, and then I need another relay. Oh, look at that. Okay, so I need another relay. Equip. Go there, and then we'll hook here. So this one is going to be to those. And that's just going to be a white flood. And then this one is going to be to these. And I guess I get stuck having to do that. There we go. And over here, we'll get rid of this. Okay, and then these. So, okay, so the headlight we need to change. So we want the page cream, and we want it bright. Advanced. And then we'll put a comma here, and a comma there. And there we go. Alright, that lights the whole thing up very nicely. And then, not that. And then the safety hazard is that. And we're going to set blinking. And then we are going to... So I think it's on, it's 1 second on, 1 second off. And so we're going to then set a time shift on this one of 1 second. And we come over here, advanced, set color. Oh, fuck. Advanced. Go and set blinking on, and then we hop back up here. There we go. So we are not docked, and so we have the two warning lights blinking back and forth, nice and bright. And then when the ramps are deployed, floodlights come on, the flash and the blink and the warning lights go off. Pretty cool. Now, I should probably put these elsewhere. There. Cool. I guess that's straightened. Okay. Now. Over here, don't have a lot of room. Whoops, wrong button. Right. So skip back one more like that. I think you're correct. Sit that there. Go here. get to there? Yes. Why, yes. Yes, in fact, we do. All right. Well, it's all neat and tidy flavored. I don't know if it's going to protest about that or not. I suspect it will. So I think I'm just going to carve that out now. Like so. Alright. And then... So what's that, 3? One, 2, 3. Just like that. And that smooths that up relatively well. Yeah, you can see a little bit of shimmer there. That's the render engine hating what I just did, but that's okay. So now, what do I want to do with this? That is in the wrong place. Why is that there? Okay, fuck. You're supposed to be here. You're supposed to be here. Don't know why that wasn't. Anyway, okay. So then, yeah. Okay. Oh. Well, that's unfortunate. What are you complaining about? What? Not out? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, and yeah, same thing again, we're a bit too far. 6? Yeah, 6. Okay. And yeah, I think that's useful. Like so. So then I need that much voxel again. Oh, I'm out of doors. Alright, let's... So let's fix this first. What are you doing? What are you doing? So first off, could we not... Yeah, whatever that was you were doing, stop doing that. Thank you. There we go. So you go there, yep. You go there. All right, and then we're gonna have to, that'll just need to be mopped, as it were. Okay, so then here, I need 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and all the way down. Okay, which means I need to fix this now. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. And yeah, well, that'll have to do. Copy. There we go. Alright, so now we need another door. Hasn't made any replacements yet. So we'll grab them out of here. Woot! The monster, it lives. Alright, so turn this one off. Actually, what we're gonna do... Control L. Oh, yeah, Control L. Yep, that's all turned off. Okay, cool. So right click, advanced, copy Lua, and we'll wander over here because this is behind a couple of updates. Advanced, paste. All right. Are we stuck? Yeah, we're stuck. So that'll tick through here in a second and then unstick itself, and then I can go back to production. Right. Oh, no, don't do that. I don't need you to make another one. Fascinating that you think you could try, though. Yeah, don't do that. Okay. Now, I need to go... That's the basic assembly line. Uncommon assembly line XL. That's exactly the monster I was looking for. Copy. No, that's not what I wanted. Control L, unit, start. Oh, that goes here. Okay. I'm just going to turn that on manually for now. And get it rolling. Except I need to install something first. So come over here. And B, I, assembler please. Equip. Wee, not so wee, and mucking huge. That doesn't fit in the room. That delights me. Well then, do I want to lean into that as a vibe? Giggle point. Okay. Now, 7, not 6. Here we are. So chef is you? Yes. So you plug into that monster. And then it unloads to here. And loads from these. What? Why are all... is this plugged into that it shouldn't be? Why is this hooked to out on a 3D printer? That's not right. It should be an in. Oh, no. Okay, I know what I'm doing. Okay, that was silly. Alright, I'll have to figure out which ones I just broke and patch them. But so why... Okay, it's just that there's just simply more equipment on this lane. Okay. Well, that's a problem. So I don't want to have to get into using a waitress here, because that causes their own set of issues. So, okay, let's just... What can I sacrifice? One of the chem industries, honestly. I can ditch out one of the chemistries to free up the spot. Okay. I will have to figure out the two machines I broke, but that'll show up quick enough in the status indicator. Okay, so that means that will now do stuff here. So let me now... be silly. Excuse me. Do I want to be silly and just cut out the immediate gap? Go a little wider. I think a little wider. We'll do that. And X. And do that so it's a little more obvious where the hell it is. And then delete. Oh, Alt click. That's what we're going to do. Boom. And we'll do the same thing again here. Alt click. Alright, cool. And then I'm gonna grab this. Oops. so. There we go. Copy. There we go. See what that looks like when it's running. Should be cool. Mm-hmm. There. Okay. That's. There we go. Yeah, let's see what happens when this thing spins up. Well, that is under control. Uncommon assembly line ready to produce, or yeah, ready to start chewing on. Yep, we've shut ourselves off over there. Very good. And we can go back to turn. Flip the switch, go back to our normal operations. And there we go. All right. We are back to normal operations. And this thing will get onto the job of building the next thing. Took 2 days to get all the parts required for this thing and then put it together. So I guess the next one will wind up going right behind it. No, it'll have to go beside it and just chew up that extra space. Because the idea is to try and build the floors all the same height, so it winds up being the same problem no matter what I do. If I put the other one up, it just means it'll have to punch through the floor above it, which is okay, but... Oh, excuse me. I could sink it, but I just, yeah. All right. Okay, so now we've got our doors, I believe. Yep, we do. Oops, sorry about that. Slightly flippy there. Okay. So now I didn't label them. Not useful. Okay. Okay. So that's. And this one's going to be lander down. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Go. There we are. Okay. Cool. We have lots of room. All right. How do I want to do this is the next question.
Watching as we're pulled apart, staring at could be the last time. Faces drawn but can't escape. Holding on for better days. Fading and ghosts, all empty space. Silence between left just
Hello? Oops, I've just been disconnected. Yep.
burning up a snail and gray, struggling to break away. Tide is coming in too fast, going under the scars. Lost out at sea, drifting for days. Keeps getting dark, can't see the way. Feeling it
All right. This will take a second, and then we'll get back to that.
maybe we're just lost and found.
not?
Watching as we're pulled apart, staring I could be the last time. Faces drawn to
Hey, Rec, take care of yourself. Oh, why, thank you.
holding on for better days.
Didn't even know you were hanging out. Appreciate you being there. Take care of yourself. Chat with you soon. Okay. Okay, so we got that installed, but not the one prior. All right, that's fine. And one more there. Do you see a problem? I see a problem. All right, let's move it. Nope, that's still clipping that cone. Okay, that's... Yep, that's clean. Doesn't intersect with anything else. Okay. So... alright. Ah, okay. So that's okay. So we're a half over. That's not a problem because that just means we're a little bit better insulated from clipping. Okay, so that gives me good clearance. All right. So if I declare that the edge of my landing pit, if you will, then I should be able to bring voxels right up to that edge. Okay. Let's find out, shall we? So, and then, why I oughta be able to grab it from here to there. Copy. And, no, hit the wrong key. Control C. There we go. Go there. Oh, okay, I see what I did. Yeah, I foo-foo. Okay. So hypothetically, and then okay. And then I ought to be able to go here, move, oops, move, minus U, 220, we'll just go 111, that's plenty. Right? Nice, easy, clean liftoff. Okay, we seem to be where we are. So let's land it and see what happens. Nope, bounced. Okay, what did we fetch up on? I'm gonna have to set up the same laser trap over on this side. Okay. Rough landing, ho. There we go. Alright, and then... Okay, so we're probably alright here, because in spite of bumping and bouncing, we didn't touch the lasers, right? I'll set up another one of these on the other side. First thing I'm going to do, though, is move this here, because it's easier to make it make sense on this side. All right. Because I know, yeah, front row of that, right? I can sort of guess. We'll set the lasers up and see where we get to here. Well, officially, yeah, bet you it's this little chunk here. Right. Because it doesn't touch that motor officially, but not a lot of breathing room either. And there's maybe a voxel, which officially should be enough, but let's come over here, tidy this up. So that gives us... Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're the culprit over here. Let's see if that improves things. Okay, here we go. Tucked away in flight mode. Yep. And again, we'll say go to your start position. I think we'll probably just one, like, well, no, because I cut that out. There's plenty of room there. Okay, that ought to be room, unless it's that corner, but it ought not to be. All right. Move up 111. Here we go. Start position, please. What do you do? Okay, that's okay because I didn't see the fetch and yaw. That little bit of bounce is the heavy thrusters kicking in. So that's okay. I expect that little bit of drift there. All right. So that's what it was. It was that corner piece needed to be nipped back. All right, fantastic. Okay. And back and clunk right where it ought to go. I may leave the lasers there, actually. Okay. So that's cool. Now. Okay, that's what I thought. tidies that up very nicely. Likewise, oh, it's a bit of a mess now, isn't it? There. Okay, now. Yeah, okay. Really wish that was a bluer blue. I think what I'm going to do is trim this edge back so that it lines up better with that. This just kind of looks odd to have that jag there. We'll do that. Okay. There we go. Going here. Wrong button. Officially, what we ought to wind up with is this. And yes, it does in fact line up. Darn, isn't that cool? Okay. That will literally be visible from orbit. Well, not quite, but 5 or 6K up, you'll be able to see that. And then we're going to skip that. What other Lumi do I have? Okay, so stack all. I can go with is the dim. I don't have any faint left. Or I can go with the orange as a safety contrast, I guess. We'll go with the yellow for that reason, actually. Okay. We're gonna skip around. We're gonna skip over one, and this one will just be one thick. So we'll skip two, and then this one goes this way. There we go. All right, let's see what it looks like. Engage. Whoa! What the hell, George? Oh, right, gates. Didn't like that at all. Okay, move here. Yeah, it looks fairly neat and tidy, I think. What do you think? A little garish at ground level, but from you know, distance it looks good. I think it looks okay. really obvious where the landing target is. Okay, that's fine. Yep, never mind. Put it away, please. Huh. I mean, impressive, but there we go. That's peculiar. I mean, impressive, but come on, fuck off. Thank you. That was nearly bad. What's going on here? Look, this is an incredibly slow descent for this thing. Usually drops like a rock and then slows in the last few dozen meters. I'm curious. Alright, up we go. That's no problem. Oh, wow. See the eclipse? There we go. That's better. So that is creating that eclipse. That's cool. That is very cool. Oh yeah, it's plenty visible. Okay. And the little dribble bounce because of the boosters. That's okay. Okay, cool. Now, this mess. I've got matte gray, wax dark gray. We'll go with the wax dark gray. And B. And 8. Let's see what this looks like. Yep, alright. I'm okay with that. And then we'll grab one of them there hunks. More. Like that. And then, yeah, a few more over here. That should give plenty of underflooring, as it were. And then we'll do we go. Got a squiggle there I'll need to fix from the other side, but that's okay. So what I'll do is I'll make this edge clean and then fix the other end. And we're out of concrete, you say? Okay. Well, that's a good start at least. All right. So get that concrete edge underneath here, and then I can finish the bucket for the lander. But it's looking okay. And there we are. Do I have enough material to do this? I have doubts. We'll give it a go, though. And copy. Yeah, apparently I do. Fantastic. Progress here and progress here. Gotta like that progress stuff. Yep. And shift enter. There we go. Right. Looks pretty slick. There we go. I like that. Brightens up that brightens up the sides of the thing. Okay, cool. All right, next. Excuse me. My industry isn't running. Did I catch it during down cycle, or what's up? No, it's just not running. Did I? Yeah, okay, I just forgot to hit the trigger button. There we go. I know what happened. It was running just fine, it's just that then I left and it crashed. Thanks very much, Spiff. Take care of yourself. I gotta wrap up myself, actually. I was just looking at the time, it's 2:30 for me, so yeah. 2:45, actually. So thanks very much, Spiff. Take care of yourself. Yep, that's a good day's busy. Got some gear into rack mounts, tidied a few things, fixed up around the lander. Did a flight out to one of the mine heads to pick up ore. Yeah, good stuff. Really happy with the way the landing pad's coming out, though. That's looking good. We've got the the extra large assembler in place, and we're ready to start working on the uncommon version, so that's cool. Yeah, all in all, pretty good. It's a good way to wrap up a birthday. Starting to look good. Pretty pleased, actually. And there we are. So that's it for me for tonight. Thank you so much for hanging out. Do appreciate you. Yeah, happy birthday to me. Oh, goodness. Yep, definitely bedtime. Really happy with the work that's gotten done. Very happy about that stuff. And, yeah, I will be back to do more Dual Universe on the Settlers server this weekend. Sunday morning, definitely. Maybe a little bit on Saturday. We'll see how the day goes. And yeah, in the meantime, take care of yourselves, friends. Reach out to those folks you haven't heard from in a while. Let them know the game is back. If they're not dual universe players, well, there's always other games to play. Let them know you're thinking about them. It's amazing how much of a difference that can make in this world. Have fun with whatever games you're playing. If you're watching this on the VOD, thank you as well for your time. Do appreciate you. I've had remarkable numbers of people watching my dual universe content as video on demand. It's really appreciated, because that's a lot of eyeballs, so thank you. So yeah, so have fun with whatever games you're playing. We'll see you all again soon. Bye bye.